What's going on, guys? This is FaZe Kay here. I hope you had a good Christmas. That's actually why I haven't been posting like a commentary in a while. I've been in Scotland. I was away in Scotland for Christmas. We own a house up there, and that's sort of got something to do with how I thought of the topic for this video. Basically, we were just up there for Christmas with all the family, and this topic is about my worst ever injury, my most painful sort of experience. It was definitely my most painful experience. I've had obviously broken bones and broken elbows and wrists and all of that sort of deep cuts and stuff, but this definitely tops it and goes pretty far over the edge of pain. I was up in Scotland because we own a house up there. We've owned it since before I was born, and we always go up there in summer holidays, Christmas holidays, and Easter holidays. Well, we used to. We mainly just go up there in the summer now. But I'd say I was 12 years old, around 12 years old, that sort of age when you play those sort of games like 40-40 it and hide and seek. And this game 40-40 it basically is you run around, there's one person starts off beating up, and you have 40 seconds to everyone else has to go and hide, and then the person who is counting to 40, who is the itter or whatever, will then have to go around and hit everyone, and if he hits you, you're on his team. And then you've got to hit the people that aren't hitted, if that makes sense. I'm pretty sure it does. And I remember I was the last person who hadn't been tagged yet, who hadn't been hitted, and I was running away from my cousins, and I think there was about 3 of them were older than me, quite a bit. Actually, not quite a bit older than me. They were bigger than me, then a lot bigger than me. Well, because one of them plays rugby, and he's massive, and the others are work on a farm, and they're all huge and hench. And I was running away, and I was running down the long drive, and there's bushes either side, and I knew I had nowhere to go. There were people behind me and people in front of me, so they were closing in on me, so I had literally nowhere to go. So I looked to my right, and there was a bush. It was sort of like a bush with loads of twigs and all of that, and I saw some little what I thought would be an entranceway, a little hole sort of in the bush. So I was a little kid, so I just sprinted straight in there, head on, going right into this bush, and a twig, when I felt it, it went I'm not sure how it did it. My eye must have been so wide open. The twig went up in my eye. I felt the twig touching the top of my eye, going round. The twig was basically in my fucking brain. I'm not sure how I didn't go blind. This twig was stuck behind my eye. I pulled the twig out, and as I was pulling it, part of it snapped, and it was pretty big considering it was in my eye. I've actually got the well, I'll tell you later. But yeah, I pulled the twig out, and the twig was all wet from my eye juice. Sorry, this is a bit of a vivid commentary. Yeah, this twig was wet from my eye juice, and I was in so much pain. I was screaming so loud because I'd felt the end of this twig snap, and I knew it was stuck somewhere in a weird place of my, not when you get hair under your, what is this thing called? I'm touching my eyelid. It was properly deep up in the socket. That's where the what's it called? Twig had snapped. So I started screaming, and then obviously, everyone was just oh yeah, Fraser's been hurt and all of that sort of stuff. All the adults came running over, and I got my mum didn't believe me. I was just oh, my eye hurts so much, I'm sure there's something behind my eye. She was if there was something behind your eye, you would know. I was no, I'm very sure there was something behind my eye. So she was just yeah, just sleep it off for the night. And I'd say about an hour after that, I couldn't open my eye. It was if you've ever had that didn't quite right. If you've ever had conjunctivitis, that when you wake up and you can't open your eye, it's like that, but it's not even you can't. I couldn't force it open with my fingers because it was swelling up and getting it was going purpley. It's sort of a yellow colour around my eye, and there was pus coming out of my eye. And then obviously we're in the Highlands, we're in the Highlands as well, so we're like the closest corner shop is 8 miles down the road. So that's like the sort of place that we're in. So there's like a little sort of clinic in the town. So we went to the clinic, me and my mum, and the doctor was just like, yeah, he's definitely got something stuck behind his eye. So like I wasn't allowed to be put under, what's it called, anaesthetic, not even like a general anaesthetic where they can just like numb my eye. I'm not sure how they would numb my eye, not quite sure how it would feel, but my eye was basically like I could feel everything he was doing. He had these tweezers and he like put this sort of eye drop in that sort of like drew the stick. It like made it like go closer towards where he could reach it with these tweezers. And my mum was like holding me down. I was screaming so loud in this doctor's, and this is like some little doctors in like the middle of nowhere, and I'm just a kid screaming. I can imagine everyone in the waiting room just being like, what is going on? And my mum's holding me down, I'm screaming. This doctor's like, what is this kid doing? If you keep screaming, I'm not going to be able to keep you in it, you know, you're going to have to go somewhere else. So sort of stopped screaming. The doctor lifted up my eyelid, and like with these, they were like these tweezers that are like rubber on the end, so he didn't damage my eye, and he managed to get it out. And I just remember feeling it, like he pulled it out, and I thought it was like a splinter actually in my eye, and this twig was lodged. Like if you touch your eye now, and like the top of your eye, when you can feel it going round into like your socket, that's where it was stuck, like all the way up there. So he managed to get it out. I've got it somewhere. I've still got the splinter in like a little tube somewhere in a box in the attic in the corner. I don't know, I might find it one day when we like move or something. But yeah, basically that is my worst injury, my most painful injury. My like afterwards, I did have like some. I'm not sure what it was. It was like I could see. It's like a little scar. It wasn't a scar in my eye, but it was like I was seeing like my vision was like a little bit blurry, but it's all fine now. Nothing's wrong with my eyes. I don't need glasses or anything. So yeah, I just thought that'd be a interesting topic to share with you guys. And do comment below what your worst injury is. I would like to read it. I read all the comments, and I just want to see if anyone can top this. If you can top this, that would be actually quite interesting. So yeah, please leave a like and comment. Yeah, that's been it. This has been FaZe Kay, and I'll see you guys later.